Hello, it's Uncommon Fossil, and today I want to talk about a Jumpluff Scroll of Swirls deck. Jumpluff is a Rapid Strike Pokemon Stage 2, 90 HP, so super low HP for a Stage 2. Still it's vulnerable to being sniped off the bench for sure, but then it is, on the plus side, it's Level Ball searchable, can be recovered with Rescue Carrier, so that does have its upside also. What it does is it has Spinning Attack for 60 for 1 Grass. That's not great. But what it has that makes it intriguing is the ability Fluffy Barrage. This Pokemon may attack twice each turn. If the first attack knocked out your opponent's Pokemon, it may attack again after your opponent chooses a new active Pokemon. So you get to attack twice. And then we do play Scroll of Swirls, which I'll get to under the trainers, as a second attack. And you can even alternate between the Scroll of Swirls and the Spinning Attack, assuming you have the scroll and you have the necessary energies for both attacks. Between the two, right, you can switch up attacks between the first and second attack you take, so it makes it an interesting deck. To help set it up, the Stage 1, Skiploom, has the ability Solar Evolution. When you attach an energy card from your hand to this Pokemon during your turn, you may search your deck for a card that evolves from this Pokemon and put it onto this Pokemon to evolve it, then shuffle your deck. So you can attach an energy, like on as long as Skiploom's a play, evolve it up, so we don't need Rare Candy. I've put one Rare Candy in the deck because I think it will help with things with it. Just some awkwardness of how the deck plays. I think one Rare Candy is needed. I just made that change, but you can play it without Rare Candy if you want also. And so a Stage 1 at 60 HP, again, just crazy low HP. And then the Hoppip, the basics, 40 HP. If you're up against a Sableye Lost Zone deck, once they get Sableye going, it's big trouble anyway. You've lost at that point. And all of those 3 Pokemon have free retreat, which is nice also. So as a Rapid Strike Pokemon, we then play Octillery, which has Rapid Strike Search. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a Rapid Strike card, reveal it, and put it into your hand and shuffle your deck. You can't use more than one Rapid Strike Search ability each turn. So a very nice ability. It lets you to search for one card as long as it's Rapid Strike. So as long as it can be an energy, a trainer, or a Pokemon that is Rapid Strike. And we have options of all those in the deck. Then what we also have is we play Passimian, which we could attack with, but we really don't want to do that. But it's there for throwing catchability. Your Rapid Strike Pokemon's attack do 30 more damage to your opponent's benched V and benched GX Pokemon. Of course, there's no GXs in Standard, but there are Vs. Doesn't help against EXs, but against Vs it is useful. You can't stack these abilities. So Scroll of Thorns, Swirls hits the bench, so we're boosting up by 30, which is helpful against V, V-Star, and VMAX Pokemon, getting more damage there. And because we're spreading damage around, we play a Medicham V, another Rapid Strike Pokemon, with Yoga Loop for 2 colorless energy. Put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. I'm sure you should be familiar with this. It was in the NAIC Championship deck list, right? And you're probably familiar with it before that too. And then if you knock out a Pokemon with this attack, you take another turn. So very nice Pokemon to have in a deck that's kind of doing a little bit of damage here and there to take that extra turn, because that's necessary to get wins with the deck, getting some extra turns. And then Radiant Alakazam for with its Painful Spoons ability. Once during your turn, you may move up to 2 damage counters from one of your opponent's Pokemon to another of their Pokemon. So getting the numbers set up to take knockouts with Skiploom's attack or with Medicham. Radiant Alakazam just help us pull that off a little more often, making the deck a little more viable. So those are the Pokemon energy. We play the 4 Rapid Strike energies. We need those for sure. Searchable Octillery, and we need the energy type it provides. It provides water and fighting, and we'll see with the scroll that we need that. And 7 grass energy. We need basic grass energy. I played 6. With the last change, I increased it to 7 because I was thinking I need to hit the grass a little more consistently earlier because of Skiploom. Sorry, just looking for the name of the Stage 1, right? It's Solar Evolution. We need grass energy consistently enough to play from hand to make those evolutions. So increase the grass by 1. Hopefully that was a good change. So looking into the trainers here, we play Scroll of Swirls. That's why I'm calling it Jumpluff Swirls deck, and it's a Rapid Strike tool, and you can attach it to well, I guess probably any Pokemon can be attached to, but only a Rapid Strike Pokemon can use it. The Rapid Strike Pokemon this card's attached to can use the attack, and the attack is Matchless Maelstrom, and it's 3 energy, fighting, colorless, with the Rapid Strike energy pays the fighting and the colorless, and then we need just a grass energy for the 3rd energy. It's usually how we do it, and it does 30 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon, including all the bench. Obviously, Manaphy we don't like to see. Obviously, number of deck plays that also. That's unfortunate when that happens. And that's why the Passimian helps boost the damage from 30 to 60 on the bench, and we can then, and that gets done twice, so that becomes 120 over a turn, so you can, within 2 turns, you can knock out Genesect Vs on the bench. That's one, it's a very nice option if you knock out 3 or 4 Genesects in one, at a time. Looking at the other trainers we have here for Iono, obviously, you should be familiar with this. Each player shuffles their hand, puts it on the bottom of their deck, and draws the number of prize cards in hand. We don't want to be discarding with this deck, really, so I don't want to play Research, right, with special energies and such, because we can't recover those Rapid Strike energies. I don't want to Research. Iono early on gets 6 cards instead of 7, so it's just about as good, and quite frankly, we're probably going to fall behind, so having Iono help come back is useful too. Play 2 Miriam in the deck. Maybe you could cut this. You shuffle up to 5 Pokemon for your discard pile in your deck. If you shuffled any cards into your deck that way, you draw 3 cards. So it's a useful card. It's the only way to get back Passimian and Medicham V and the Octillery. And also, which we need occasionally, and it lets us draw cards. Getting another draw supporter is nice in the deck. 2 switch cards. That's the only switching we play. Oh, no, I play a rope too. So I may have more switch cards than I need in the deck because primarily you're promoting your Jumpluffs, and they have free retreat. So maybe that's a deck space I could free up. I play for Battle VIP Pass, obviously a inconsistent card, but helps the deck set up early game. Could replace this with 4 Nest Ball. I don't play that, so that's a consideration for sure as I think about it. 3 Raihan, a very nice supporter, right? You play this only if one of your Pokemon is knocked out during your opponent's last turn. It's a single prize deck. You get Pokemon knocked out pretty frequently. Then you attach a basic energy from the discard pile to one of your Pokemon. Then you search your deck for any 1 card. I think that's just a very nice card. Now, you got to remember, with the Raihan, the acceleration, the grass energy, it will not cause the Skiploom to evolve into the Jumpluff. So that does, because you're not attaching from hand. So that's part of the sequencing you need to think through with the deck. 2 Rescue Carrier, because most of the Pokemon in deck are 90 HP or less. We need to get those Jumpluff and the Pokemons in the line back on a regular basis. 1 Boss's Order. Obviously, we want to get Manaphy out of the way when we can. And with 1, obviously, only 1 copy. It's a bit random, but I think it's useful in the deck. 3 Scroll of Swirls, as I showed before. 2 Ultra Ball to get back with the Medicham V or the Octillery, particularly Octillery. Once we get the Octillery, we can search out the Medicham V with that if we need to. 4 Level Ball, most of the Pokemon are 90 HP or less. 2 Korrina's Focus, a Rapid Strike supporter, obviously draw a 6 in card, so it's useful, can get that with Octillery. 1 Rope, and 1 Rare Candy. That was a recent add to the deck. Because of the ability of the Skiploom, I haven't been playing Rare Candy. Rare Candy lets you move right from the basic to the stage 2, as long as you play the Rare Candy. But with Raihan, I think I want to turn to be able to Rare Candy attach the. I think that's useful in this deck. So that was a recent change also. So let's try out the deck, see how it goes. It's certainly going to be a top meta deck. I'm not going to claim that at all. It can win games though, and I think it's pretty consistently fun to play at least. All right. My opponent's calling the coin toss. Obviously, the first part of the game. See what happens. Certainly, I would like to go first as an evolution deck. So we'll see what happens. Heads, they won the coin toss. We'll see what happens. I probably go second. Yep, I'm going second. So we'll see what happens here. See if I can set up quickly enough, right? Because we're not doing a ton of damage. We have the potential of setting up our attack turn 2, but it doesn't always happen, so we each take a mulligan. All right, starting. So that's my mulligan. All right, so a Lost Zone deck. Metal, is it Lost Zone Gudra? Well, I can take out the bench Pokemon, right? So I will put up Passimian, Bright Metal. So I think it's Goodra, but we'll see what they're playing as the game goes on. Remoraid, and I'll probably Iono. I'm not going to attach an energy to a card, probably. I mean, I could attach to Passimian. That is a thought, and but I don't really want to do that. So Radiant Greninja, if they play Water Energy, which they do, I could be in a lot of trouble. Radiant Greninja will just ruin my day. I don't play Manaphy. Could include that, obviously, for Radiant Greninja. I'm trying to make the deck consistent and set up and work the way it needs to work, and not worrying about tough matchups at the moment. So they have, one in the Lost Zone of Water Energy. Let's see what they discard. Okay. Obviously, we don't get to see what card they select, but we do get to see what card they discarded. When you're playing up against a Lost Zone deck, you always want to pay attention to what they're discarding. Zamazenta. Okay, so maybe it's not Goodra. Goodra is going to be very tough to hit through. So that's not terrible. I think I just have to Iono. I want to start setting up Jumpluff, so I do not want to attach energy to my non-Hoppips. Okay, so that's not bad at all. I'm going to toss down a second Remoraid. Make that play. It's not a terrible turn one. Obviously, going second's a problem. I have the potential of attacking with Jumpluff next turn. I have to get lucky though, right? Because I have to get it lucky. I have to. So we'll see what happens here. Iono, see 6 new cards. If they were to Radiant Greninja me, it's essentially game over at that point. They could take out both Hoppips or both Remoraids, and it would ruin everything for me. So if they take out Passimian, certainly at this point, if they're not playing an EV Pokemon, then I don't care about Passimian at all. Obviously, would rather not give up a prize at all, but it's okay. And quite frankly, the Passimian sitting there could be problematic if I don't hit a switch card. So playing Manaphy, that's not a surprise. So that's really bad news as well. Okay, so I will get Skiploom here so that I can attach a Grass Energy to evolve, hopefully. Play Iono. Okay, that's not bad. I don't want to use the scroll, though, because... okay, so... I can't... well, I could use the scroll. That really kind of stinks, though, doesn't it? Sorry, I'm thinking to myself, because I don't have my Grass Energy. I would much rather attack with Jumpluff's attack, but I increased my Grass Energy before by 1 card. Why'd I grab that? That was dumb of me, wasn't it? No, it's fine, I guess. I guess I'm going to attack. Playing 2 Rapid Strike energies on this, I don't love. I will. I'll get. Yeah, I mean, I'll attack. I'm not in a great position here. I'm gonna leave the bench. Do I want to play down the Hoppip? I think I'm not. Oh, I need to attach the scroll. That's right, because I don't have Grass Energy. I would prefer to have used Spinning Attack, because that would take him out. What was that? Why did it give me that as an option? Now that was bad. I mean, it shouldn't have let me. It sort of let me choose Spinning Attack and then didn't do any damage. That I saw it lit up as an option, right? And I clicked it. didn't think it would work, but saying, hey, maybe there's something I'm missing, or more likely, maybe there's a glitch in the game. And I think that is a glitch. It let me select an invalid attack is what it did. I'll have to pay attention to that, right? It wasn't an option, the first attack. For some reason, with Jumpluff, with the confusion of it, so I'm going to take a look at the video when I'm done, and assuming what I think happened, I will submit a ticket, right? I wouldn't have been the pass, but the game's out of beta now, so they should be addressing issues like this, right? They may not, right? It's a small issue. They're getting better with addressing issues in the game, but they're far from super strong in it. So let's see what happens. I might concede this turn. I also find I don't get my Octilleries in play as quickly as I want. So I am just going to concede. This game has gotten away from me. Right, if I hit Grass Energy last turn, it would have been a big plus. Then I wouldn't have had to toss away to essentially almost burning that Rapid Strike energy, which I knew was going to happen. So let's jump in, see how the deck performs here. Hopefully I set up better this time. All right, so see how things go with this. I really do hope I get to go first. It matters an awful lot for this deck because it's it's not the strongest deck around for sure, and I need every help possible. Good, so I get to go first. That is a big plus for me. Hopefully, I get the basics I need into play. All right, I'll take a mulligan. That's not a very good hand. So my opponent knows what I'm up against. They see Jumpluff. They see the Swirls. So I've given away my secrets, but my opponent probably isn't overly worried about it. Well, that's not a good start at all. But it is what it is, right? So, and I do have Smash Uppercut on Medicham. I didn't mention that in the overview, but that will work also. All right, so I want to get rid of an Iono. I want to keep Iono for next turn. I think, this is not a good start to the game. I don't know what I'm up against. So I will just play. I'll attach to Medicham. And at this point, because I may be attacking with Medicham next turn, I don't know that I need to get lucky to set up. The fact that I went first gives me some hope, but not a ton of hope. Okay, so up against Chen Pao, sorry. Chen Pao. So with Baxcalibur here, which evolves from Frigibax. They're a stage 2 deck, so that's good. So they're setting up this turn. We'll see what happens here. I will, assuming this set of cards, assuming this is the hand I have, and I don't top deck something that changes things radically, I will play down the Skiploom and play Iono and see what happens. So they're going to retreat Chen Pao, draw some energy. It's okay. We'll see what happens. I mean, I don't know if it's okay, quite frankly. But we'll play the game, see what happens. Okay, all right, so I'm going to make this play knowing that I'm not doing a lot this turn, but just setting up my next turn, right? Obviously, I can't now attack. I can do only Yoga Loop, which isn't a lot of damage. All right, that's not bad, though. That's not bad. So I can get Octillery next turn, probably. I have Grass Energy in hand, too. Not bad. 60. So I think I want to start pinging on the Lumineon. That's what I'm thinking. Because I can, if I get Passimian in play, then I'm doing 120 between the two attacks, right? It's 30 base for Jumpluff for the Scroll of Thorns, 30 more for Passimian, so that gets me to 60. Do it twice, 120. So I'm at 150 HP right now. So some more hitting, some more pinging. It does obviously, and the other idea is knocking it out with Jumpluff, or even better, setting up the Medicham attack, right? I may have to hard retreat the Medicham, and that's okay. I can certainly do that once. All right, well, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. So I think attach. Let me. I think I want to thin down my hand, so get an Octillery, I think, into play here. And then I can retreat. Hopefully I hit a switch card. We'll see what happens. Save Octillery for after Korrina. I have a rope. I like the rope. So I think rope is the play here. If they leave the Lumineon on the bench, then I will probably get Passimian with Octillery. Although, yeah. Okay, so Passimian doesn't help, so that's okay. In some ways, it makes things maybe improve my situation. I don't play any stadiums in the deck now, so I think I want to get down Hoppip. So that way my Jumpluff can be knocked out. I do have options for next turn. I DOS my Rare Candy though, so that's okay though. So 30. You know, I'm not sure. I've never said no to the second attack yet with this deck. I guess there may be a time you don't want to do that. I mean, I guess you want to save Medicham for the next turn, maybe. But obviously, you know, you run risks. Like if they can't Rare Candy the Frigibacks, or you know, if they can't evolve it, then I will knock it out next turn. All right, Kyogre does 180 to one of my Pokemon. Well, that's nice. I'm liking this. So I have free retreat. So what do I want to do here? So I'm going to Medicham, right? Yeah, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to make this play. Evolve him. So this game's gone quite nicely here. I'm out of them. Okay. Well, that's not good. Okay, so one's in the discard, so one's prized. So what do I want to get here? I think I want to get Korrina's focus. See some cards here. Thin my hand, get another Hoppip down onto the bench. Play Korrina's. Have Raihan, that's good for after this. So I'm going to want to Medicham. I'm probably going to have to hard retreat, which is okay. It's not ideal, but the fact that I didn't have to hard I have a switch card, even better. The fact that I was able to switch things up before. Okay, so what do I do here? Okay, so I'm going to evolve you, sir. So I think I grab another energy here. And then I can grab scroll next turn. Attach. I could play down the other Remoraid. I'm kind of debating that, just as to give me the flexibility if they knock out. And I'm going to toss. Yeah, I could regret that as things go on too, but so I can take out Lumineon if I wish. Let's think here. I think I want to take out the Lumineon, right? I'm thinking because I filled up my bench, which as I said could be a mistake, and it does fill up my bench, so I can't play down Radiant Alakazam, and my opponent conceded. So the deck really came through that time, right? Up one really rough matchup that I think I wisely conceded, and a game where the deck set up nicely. Obviously, I went to go second. I mean, I got to go first that last game. Trying to work through, right? Sequencing the deck, still working on it, working on the build a little bit. The adjustments I made prior to this video, I think were solid. So I think the list is in a solid place. It probably isn't fully optimized. If you have suggestions for improving the deck, let me know. Certainly, I think it's a fun deck to play. You know, back-to-back turns, I think is fun. You know, Jumpluff's fluffy barrage ability makes it unique, and playing things a little different are certainly fun. And but I still want the decks to be at least viable. This is at the low threshold of being viable. It's just barely viable to me, but I think it does meet that threshold in my mind. And give it a try. Let me know if you have any suggestions. Take care.